Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Cara V. If you guys are new here, congratulations, you guys found the place to be. To give you guys a little bit of a background, I am not American. A lot of people think that I am American, but I'm not, you guys. I'm not American. I'm actually Brazilian and German, and I grew up, let me just say, all over the world. But I lived most of my life in Europe, so I'm very much European, okay? I'm having kind of like a European bias here when it comes to America or United States. And another thing I do want to mention, before I moved to the United States, I never truly got to experience America or the US. I had like an expectation of how the US was gonna be, but then the reality hit. Let's get into it. So the first thing I wish I knew before I moved to the United States is that people literally don't take transportation. This. So guess what? Yes, you need a car. I wish I knew I needed a car to go to the US, or at least a driver license, because guess what, you guys? I don't even have a driver license, okay? So I wish somebody told me, like, listen, you need a car if you're gonna go to the United States. You need one. By the amount of money that I spent on Uber, I could have had like 2 cars. Little disclaimer, of course, there's buses, there's transportations in the United States. Yes, they exist. But I don't know if it was just the people that I hung out with or what I observed, nobody was taking them. When I first moved to the United States, I went and took the transportation because I'm used to it. In Europe, we take the bus, we take the train, we take the tram, we take the subway. I used to go biking to school, you guys. Like, I'm used to doing these things. So I actually went and took the bus, and I'm like, where's everybody in this bus? Like, what is happening? And then when I was telling my friends, like, yeah, I'm gonna go take the bus to go to Santa Monica or the train, they're like, oh, yeah? Okay, well, let me know if you need like a ride. And I was like, okay, bet. I just realized transportation in the United States is not a thing, you guys. So I wish I knew that before, you know? People love to eat out. And that's not a bad thing. Actually, I kind of like that. I'm not saying that in Europe we don't go out and eat. Like, of course, where I used to live before, we go eat outside. But I'm talking not just a social thing, like Uber eating, Postmates. I got like used to doing that. It was never like, oh, I'm gonna cook food and I'm gonna be eating at home. It was always like, well, we would grab something to eat and go home. It was very much takeaway lifestyle. And that was different. I wish I knew that the States, their food is not as fresh and not that healthy. It's not. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm about to offend a lot of like people, but I don't feel like their food over there is fresh. Obviously, it depends where you go. A girl should just have had a hobby to be a cook or chef so I can just eat home and like eat healthy, because it was not a nice lifestyle change from eating out all the time. The United States is not as safe as I thought it would be. What I mean by that is that the level of safety that I felt like I would have in the States was nowhere where I thought I would feel. Because I'm used to being able to walk anywhere I want, go anywhere I want, at any given time. I'm a very independent person where I don't need to have like 3 friends with me or a friend with me to go down the street to go get a coffee. I don't even drink coffee. I don't even know why I gave that example. And I felt like every time I was talking to my American friends, oh, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go do that, I'm gonna go there, I wanna travel there by myself. They're like, oh, what? By yourself? Like, somebody, like, do you have pepper spray? When I was living there, I used to go to the park by myself, and I just like used to chill there by myself and do my thing by myself. It was like such a big deal. They're like, oh my God, you by yourself? I feel like as a woman in the States, you're just not that safe. I wish I knew that coming to the States and living in the States will make me a bit more fearful, because I don't know what it is in the air in the America. People are just fucking scared. I feel like they don't trust life. They don't trust God. I'm kidding. Let me not involve God. God is like, do not involve me in this. And not to ramble too long about this, but let's face it. anybody can carry a gun in the States. That's scary. And every time I actually thought about that when I lived there, I was like, that's fucking scary. Like, somebody can walk here and have a bad freaking day when to shoot up this place. Like, it literally could happen. It could really happen. The possibilities of that happening, we're there. We're freaking there. I was just not expecting that because it's not like a third world country or anything. And I don't know if I sound arrogant, you guys. And if I do, I apologize. I'm just telling you guys what I thought and what I expected. Okay? That's the point of this video. The American dream. It's a real thing, okay? It's not just something that we hear in movies, guys. Newsflash. The American dream is an actual thing, and people are really thriving for the American dream in the United States. And lucky for me, I'm a Capricorn. I'm a hard worker. So it kind of aligned with me. So I actually was like, I wish I knew that I would feel like more motivated in the States because it's a problem. I had to leave the States because of the visa situation, and now I kind of feel like, man, I miss the energy. It's a great place to work hard there because people are all about the bag. 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 Last thing that I wish I knew before I moved to the States is that it takes away the wanderlust of you. I wasn't traveling that much. I felt like I was in a bubble.
United States, United States, United States. That's the only place, that's the only amazing place in this entire world.
Like, I don't know what it is, but Americans have a lot of pride about their country, as they should. As they should. Okay, I know some people are not as fortunate to be able to travel and explore the world. I understand that. But I'm talking to the people that are very much are capable of traveling. They just don't have the desire to travel or see what's out there, and they don't understand that the world is actually very big and America is not the center of the world, you know? Sorry to break it to you. When you are in Miami or the East Coast, there's Jamaica, there's Dominican Republic. There's all these other amazing places that I was able to see because I was in the States, which allowed me to travel. However, they're very Americanized too. I realize where you go travel to the touristy areas, especially when you're with American people, you end up just eating American food in a foreign country. That's usually what freaking ends up happening. And when I was in Europe, before I moved to the United States, I was very much more cultural. I was very much more traveling around, very much more open-minded. That was it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't all over the place, and I hope I didn't offend anybody. I really don't mean to offend anyone, and I love the United States, so don't get me wrong. These are just the things that I wish I knew before I moved there. Also, are you American or are you European thinking about going to the United States, or are you an American trying to move to Europe? Like, I want to know, who are you? Comment down below and stay tuned for my next video. Because my next video, I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of living in LA. Because I lived in Los Angeles, so I do want to give you guys a breakdown of the pros and cons of living in LA. Because I know a lot of people are considering moving to LA. See me as your sis, just giving you some advice. So stay tuned for my next video. Pros and cons of living in LA. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. I just need to focus on myself. This is what I